at 1648 Newbrook Drive in Cincinnati, Ohio. I believe this is actually Mel Healthy. Doing a sanitary lateral inspection for the purchase of a home. We're looking for any structural issues, root intrusion, anything that may be of concern to the buyer. Our access point here is a floor clean out. There is a stack in the rear, but the cap and the condition of the cast iron, the cap is recessed. I don't want to take any chance of damaging that just based off the age, and it doesn't look like it's ever been opened up. So we're going in from the floor clean out, which just means that we won't be able to inspect that 15 to 20 feet of pipe there in between the base of that stack, but we will run some water to make sure that it is open flowing at least between there and here. First, we're going to go down through the clean out, and the reason we can't inspect that back pipe is just due to, if you look down in there, you'll see how the pipe it sweeps, and so it forces the camera to go downstream or out towards the street, and so. I am going to run some water, like I said. In fact, we'll probably go ahead and run some of that now in a stationary tub down here, just so we can make sure we keep that lens rinsed off. So the water should get there relatively quickly. Just make sure we get the camera rinsed off here. Should pick up. Now it is steamy, so it may be so the interior pipe is cast iron. Cast iron is okay as far as it's pretty normal for the age of the house, but it does come with a few things to be aware of. One of them being that the inside of the pipe is rough, and so we always recommend no wet wipes, anything, no paper towels. Only toilet paper and natural material, as they say. Because it could cause soft clogs, just because it can easily catch on the sidewalls, and those wet wipes, as a main example, don't break down, and so they can cause some backups. Now, looking at the size and shape of the cast iron here, it looks like it's in great shape as far as the openness of it. There's not a big channel worn out, and there's not a big buildup of rust on the inside. So that's a good sign for the rest of the line. And now you cannot always tell how thin or thick the pipe wall is with cast iron, and so it does rust, obviously. So those are just a few things to note about the cast iron. But it looks like once we exit the pipe here, once we exit the house here, it switches over to concrete, which was a little bit more expensive at the time. Usually these are clay lines, and so having this cast iron, or having the concrete here, is usually a little better than having the clay as far as root intrusion is concerned. And so usually there's a lot less root intrusion with concrete than there is with clay. They do both come in about 3 to 4 foot sections. You can see that little piece hanging down. That looks like that's probably been there since the line was installed. That is it looks like the packing material in between that joint just kind of got squeezed out. But so far, the line is looking really good. I do think, based off of all the steam coming off the water, that the stationary tub is plumbed backwards. The hot water is on the right and the cold water is on the left, and it should be the other way around. And so I may end up going back and a little bit of something coming in there. We'll take a look at that on the way back. It's about 40 feet. If that is some older root intrusion, then it's not an issue. There are no trees even within. This is not within any drip edge of any tree at this point, so there should be no root intrusion. Yep, I'm going to go switch over the water from the hot water to the cold.
Yeah, just a plug in now.
Well, no, I mean, it's steaming down there.
Oh, like the hot water now? Yeah.
No problem. I just look like steam rising up. Okay, so that is not the hot water. That's the cold water, but could just be stirring up the air coming through the vent. So, so usually it would be steam or moisture in the air that allows you to see that, but it may be because of the humidity outside, because it is raining. It's allowing it to condense a little bit easier. And so here we are. We've made it all the way to the main. Everything looked great. I didn't see any issues whatsoever. And so we'll run the water the whole way back, just to make sure that everything is functioning well. But that camera lens is only about a ½ an inch off the bottom of the pipe, and so the fact that we were never underwater is also a very good sign. It means there's no bellies in the line or low spots, and the line is open and flowing well and normally as designed. I'm going to turn the water off. I'm going to pause the video for a second. I'm going to turn the water off so that we can hopefully see a little bit better. Okay, so I turned off the water, let it drain down a little bit. So we'll pull back and take a look, but you can see that I think it was just pulling moisture, the air through the vent. But again, this line looks really good all the way out. I didn't see any issues at all. Take a look. I think that stuff getting in. There are no trees, again, within, the drip edge of any tree is not even anywhere near where this is. So I think what we were seeing is just a little bit of water like this. That looks actually like tar. Yeah, that looks like when they made the connection, it ran down on the inside, so that's nothing. Similar to what we saw hanging earlier, it's just where they packed it. They used some packing and some tar around it, and they squeezed it out of the connection is all. So this line looks great. I don't have anything to report on here at all. And so again, what we'll do is before I completely pull out, see this? It's not a problem. It just when they installed it, it squeezed out and fell in to the interior of the pipe. And this is right around where we come back into the cast iron. And so you can see that buildup and stuff is just a little bit of like the rust coming off of the cast iron falling in. A little bit of grease, which is pretty normal to find. This area. And so we are just about ready to pull vertical. So what I'm going to do, because I'm just inside, I'm going to pause the video. We're going to go flush the toilet, make sure everything flows through here wonderfully, and then we'll finish up the inspection. Okay, we've got the kitchen sink, bathroom sink, and now we're going to flush the toilet here just to watch, see how well it runs. And so I'm going to holler up there and then we'll go ahead and flush.
Go ahead.
Should run through here pretty quickly. And there we go. Comes right through and settles down immediately, and that's exactly what you're looking for. It's escaping well. All the water is getting through on the interior, so at least the line is functioning as designed at time of inspection. And the line from the clean out to the street is in wonderful condition. No structural issues. All the joints look nice and tight. No issues whatsoever. So that's going to end the inspection at 1648 Newbrook Drive in Mount Healthy, Cincinnati, Ohio.